Hi, and welcome once again to the End Times. Today's subject will be FEMA. FEMA, or Federal Emergency Management Agency as it is known, has existed in one form or another for over 200 years. FEMA is an agency of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security with its primary purpose to coordinate the response to disasters occurring here in the United States. This assistance will occur upon request by the state and under the conditions that the state becomes overwhelmed by the disaster. FEMA is supposed to provide state and local governments such things as experts in specialized fields, along with funding for rebuilding and relief. A few years ago, when Hurricane Katrina and others hit South Florida, FEMA was there to provide temporary portable trailers for housing and financial assistance. But according to sources, there seems to be another side to FEMA other than what we are used to seeing or hearing. Recently, I noticed that videos and bits of information have been surfacing concerning the subject of FEMA. Because of the complexity and legality of this subject, I will indicate what information I have gathered through different sources, whether through verbal sources, the internet, books, articles, or others. According to these sources, there are approximately 800 FEMA camps located throughout the U.S. These camps are being expanded nationwide, transforming our nation into a giant prison camp. Some have even called them FEMA concentration camps because of the extremely high security and barbed wires. These special camps are operated by FEMA and can be activated should martial law be needed in the United States. Now, this sounds different from the FEMA that we're used to seeing, which provides trailers and other help. All it would take to activate these camps is a signature from the President of the United States. That's it. According to sources, there are camps both above ground as well as underground bases, which may contain items like thousands of coffins and body bags to separate contaminated bodies due to radiation contamination. These camps are already fully operational and staffed by full-time guards. All of these camps are all in preparation for something big that the government is expecting to happen in the U.S. real soon. On December 26, 2011, an online website received a document by an anonymous state government employee. This document listed services up for bid, including temporary fencing and barricades, laundry and medical services, power generation, catering services, garbage collection, and other services needed for a temporary emergency. This document received from Halliburton's subsidiary called KBR also provided details on a push to outfit FEMA and the U.S. Army camps throughout the U.S. The project was named Project Overview, which describes services that KBR needed for emergency management and control. The KBR document could be more evidence that the federal government has established internment camps and plans to fill them with dissidents and anti-government activists. What a coincidence that during the 7-year tribulation period, the government and world forces will round up all those who oppose the world leader, aka, or also known as, the Antichrist. Now, the NDAA stands for National Defense Authorization Act, which was passed overwhelmingly by the Senate, allows for internment camps. This act also permits the military to detain and interrogate supposed or suspected domestic terror suspects. Section 1031 of the NDAA bill declares all of the U.S. as a battlefield, which allows for American citizens to be arrested on U.S. soil and incarcerated in Guantanamo Bay. This probably explains the reason why Guantanamo Bay was not closed, like President Obama had in mind a few years ago. By the way, KBR was instrumental in establishing these camps back in 2006. Now, to some, if not most, this word camp gives them an eerie reminder of what camps were or used to be back in the days of Adolf Hitler. Sad to say, Pastor Rick Warren, founder of the Purpose Driven Church, also wants to name his organization camps instead of churches. Very unfortunate. Fema, which is primarily used for bringing in equipment to the disaster sites for rescue and housing, now wants to take people and put them in prison camps. But for what reason? Could this be part of the book of Revelation concerning the tribulation period? Can this tribulation period be closer than we really think it is? This sounds exactly like the scenario which will take place during the 7-year tribulation period, which God spoke about in the book of Revelation chapter 13. Yet another program associated with Fema was established called Rex 84. The purpose of this program is in case of a mass exodus from Mexico to cross the border into the U.S., the illegals would be rounded up and detained in Fema detention centers. Rex 84 allowed many military bases to be closed and turned into prisons. Once the Rex 84 program is implemented, 2 other sub-programs would also take effect. One being Operation Cable Slicer and the other being Operation Garden Plot. Operation Garden Plot is a program aimed at controlling the population, while Operation Cable Slicer's function is for an orderly takeover of the state and local governments by the federal government. FEMA is the executive arm of these programs and will head up all of these operations. What would make their job easy is that the fact that these buildings and all these facilities have railroad, and also they also have roads leading to and from their facilities. Many also have nearby airports for easy access. Now, the majority of these camps can house as many as 20,000 people at a time. The largest facility is located outside Fairbanks, Alaska, and is capable of holding up to 2 million people, which is also a massive mental health facility. What is FEMA up to? Well, only God knows and FEMA knows, but we are seeing evidence right before our very own eyes. In part 2 of my video titled "Look Out, FEMA Camps Are Coming," I will list 18 executive orders that will suspend our Constitution and Bill of Rights just by a stroke of a presidential pen. So don't forget to watch the second part of this video coming very soon. And if you would like further information on this and other topics, please feel free to visit my website at endtimes.us.com. Again, that's endtimes.us.com. Till next time, God bless and thank you.